Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Kelly. I make art videos, I do product reviews, tutorials, and tips for creative moms. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a shark animation in the spirit of Shark Week with the app called Rough Animator using my iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. This is my first time using the app Rough Animator, and it's my first time animating anything, and it's definitely a bucket list item for me. You know, when you're younger and you decide you want to do art, naturally the first thing or the first place you want to work is Disney, so this is definitely something that's been on the bucket list, so I'm really excited for this video. Okay, so let's jump right in here. As you can see, I am working on the bubbles and the tip of the shark's nose right now, and it's nice because this app, it has an onion skin on it, so you can see your previous frame. You can change the frame rate and play back your animation at any time, which I thought was a lot of fun. I am going to just flat out say that it took me an hour to figure out how the app worked, but I wasn't looking at any tutorials or anything. I just came across the app. It was a couple dollars, and I figured I would give it a go just because it was a bucket list thing that I wanted to do and I wanted to learn how to do right off the bat. I am going to say that I think I picked something a little too complicated to try to animate. Partly just the shark's teeth in general were a nightmare, just a complete nightmare. So I definitely would simplify something if you were going to try this app for the first time. But once you figure out the app itself, it's really easy to kind of get your animation going and then go back and add a bunch of details in. I also want to point out the fact that I started this little animation and then I found the art of Aaron Blaze's YouTube channel, and he is a former animator for Disney. He worked on Brother Bear, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and a couple of those things, and he does a lot of animation tutorials on his channel and live streams and stuff. So naturally, after I started watching his channel, I realized that I approached this in the completely wrong way. You're supposed to do all of your line work first and figure out the action and the motion and everything. So I'm actually really curious how this is going to happen, or how this app would work in the future for me now that I know those things. So yeah, I basically totally screwed up, but I had gotten probably 5 frames in and I didn't want to go back and start over since it was kind of going all right. So I just continued to work on it, and I'm relatively happy with how it turned out. I think it came out pretty nice, especially that especially with the fact that I have 0 animation experience, and this was just a lot of fun to do. And I was able to do it anywhere because it was on the iPad, so I could just sit in my bed and watch TV and work on this, and I would do a frame or 2 a night and got it looking the way that it's looking, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, so I am curious to know if anybody has used Rough Animator before and what you thought of it, and basically let me know those things in the comments, because I'm very curious to see if anybody has any tips or tricks or a YouTube channel they can recommend that I can learn a little bit more on this. I'm sure I'm going to be learning a lot more as I use it. I'd like to make some kind of character of myself and do like a little animation for my YouTube videos. I think that would be really cool. Nice little element to add to the channel. So if you haven't tried this and you do have an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil, I highly recommend that you give it a go, because it was just a lot of fun to watch your drawings come to life. I think that's very interesting and always a cool thing to have in your as Jake Parker would say, creative bank account, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch me draw this frame by frame here, and that's what I'm doing. I keep adding a frame and then turning the onion skin on, and then just kind of doing the bubbles first, and then this this app also has a draw front and draw behind. So if you draw something and then you realize you need to put something behind it, you don't have to erase. You can actually draw behind it, which I think is very interesting. I am going to mention that the palm rejection on this is a little bit temperamental, and if you have your palm on the actual animation and you go to draw a line, sometimes a straight line will show up, which was not very fun. So if the Rough Animator creators actually watch this video, if we could fix the palm rejection, that would be phenomenal. It was just a great app to work with, but that made it a little difficult. So while you guys are watching me do this, I want to talk about Shark Week. Oh my god, if you're watching it, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. I watched them all, but my favorite moments, I think, were, I loved Shaq's episode. Shaq's episode was just, it had me laughing so hard. I was dying. It was hilarious. And then the Cuba one, where they go to Cuba for the first time and they're able to look at the giant sharks that get to grow there. And the scuba diver actually got bit by a crocodile, which I thought was completely terrifying. And you're just like screaming at your TV like, oh my god, what are you doing? And last night, when they tested the the shark attack like encounters, and then they tried to deter the sharks and all of that, and you're just like constantly screaming at your screen like, turn around, oh my god, there's a giant shark behind you. It's just so interesting to watch. And then lastly but not least, I absolutely loved the episode with the orcas causing all kinds of problems for the sharks. Just both in general are just such great, beautiful creatures, and it's very curious to see how a pack mentality can take down a great white shark. I'm also really enjoying Shark After Dark this year. I didn't really care for it last year. Bob the Shark is hilarious, and I'm loving the Shark Rodeo. So if you guys haven't tuned into Shark Week, you gotta turn in for at least you gotta at least tune in, not turn in, for Shark After Dark so you can catch the rodeo at the end of the show. It's absolutely hilarious, and it is so fun to watch and see how far they get on the mechanical shark that they created for that. It was just so cool to watch. And then they have to spin a wheel and have some kind of obstacle in their way to try to stay on the shark. It's just so much fun. Alright, so back to the animation here. I'm focusing right now on the part where he is waving at the end, because naturally he's going to be scary at the beginning and then he's going to pop up and wave to you guys. Just because I love sharks and I don't want to view them as a vicious animal, but that's where we are with that. Okay, so I'm sorry if it seems like I'm cutting off because I'm outside doing my voiceover again and cars keep driving by and they're obnoxiously loud for some reason today. And a lot of people keep missing the stop sign that's in front of my house, which is a little infuriating since we have children in this area. But yeah, back to the animation here. Yeah, you can see I'm still doing frame by frame, and I always seem to start with the bubbles and then I draw the actual shark behind it. And I think the wave was probably the easiest part of this animation because the teeth go away and the smile appears, and then it's just basically tracing over the shark and then moving the fin. So he is looking like he's going to be waving or whatever. Not or whatever, but he is waving, so that's where we are with that. And yeah, so this was a really cool experience for me, you guys. I really hope you are enjoying the video so far. And like I said, if you do have an iPad Pro, or actually I think the new iPad will work with this because it is compatible with the Apple Pencil. So it's about half the price, so that's nice. And you can test out Procreate and the Rough Animator. And there's a couple other drawing apps that are on here that I want to test out, but I'm really liking Procreate too because it's just so easy to work with, and I don't want to relearn a whole bunch of apps just to see, especially because Procreate is so great. So I think I'm going to stick with that one. But I really enjoyed using the Rough Animator here, and I hope you guys enjoy this little finished product that I'm making. I think he's really cute, and I will show you guys that as soon as this is done. There's about 30 seconds left on the actual drawing portion of it, and we can see the final product. Yeah, and also this is not a tutorial by any means. If you guys need some animation help, I will leave a link to the Art of Aaron Blaze, his channel, down below. And here's the finished animation. I absolutely love it. I think he's so cute. Alright guys, that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share with friends, and why not hit that subscribe button, because, well, it's fun and it's free. So, yeah. And don't forget to let me know in the comments below if you're watching Shark Week this year. See you in the next one. Bye.